Good morning, boys and girls. Today I want to make you a different type of video. Many of you have asked me about the issue with the fertilizer, and I think that is something that causes many doubts. I want to explain the types of fertilizer that exist, when it's necessary to use them, and why you have to use them. Okay, why do we have to use them? We are going to make a simile with people. The plants, as you already know, make the photosynthesis. Basically, they catch the sun and photosynthesis it with the leaves. It could be like sunbathing for us. We take the vitamin D from the sun, but we also need to eat. That food will be the fertilizer for the bonsai. This gives nutrients and the strength to the bonsai to grow. If it is planted in a land without any kind of nutrient, they will never grow. Or they could grow, but they could always come out weak. Their leaves could turn yellow and they couldn't grow healthy. Okay, first part is explained. So let's go to the next thing that we have to keep in mind when buying a fertilizer. First, we have to choose the type of fertilizer we want. There are two types, liquids and organics. These are the main difference. The liquid fertilizer has a quick release. What I mean with this is that the fertilizer goes in one shot to the plant. It takes more effort to use these ones because you have to use them more frequently. It's not like the organic ones that you put them on the plant and that's it. They gradually dissolve over the time with water. It has a slow release and that's more easy for my point of view. A very important point with liquid fertilizer is that you have to dissolve them. I have heard about people who throw them out without mixing it with water, and you can't do that. With always the manufacturer instruction. In this one, for example, it says that you have to use 18 millimeter of fertilizer in 2 liters of water. You must always take this into account, because if not, you're going to burn the roots. Organic fertilizer are much easier to use, as I told you. In this case, as you see, they have a kind of hole above which gets filled with water when it rains or when we water it, and then is released more homogeneously in the soil. The truth is that these are quite good. And then, last but not least, before buying a fertilizer, we have to take into account one more thing. Because as you know, there are thousands of it in the market. Fertilizers have basically three main components: nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. All fertilizer will come with the amount of percentage of this. The ones that have higher nitrogen are better to grow the plant in general. Then we will have the phosphorus, that is good for the flowers and the fruits, and also for the development of the roots. This to me is one of the most important, especially in this spring season in which we are. It's the one that you have to take into account. It should be more percentage in my opinion than the other ones. And then lastly, there will be the potassium, which is the one that will transport the nutrients inside. It could be like the highway for the nutrients, and it also helps for the formation of some more resistant roots. We are applying this for bonsai, but it could also apply for gardens, flowers, etc. Also, keep in mind that there are micronutrients in the fertilizer. This one, for example, we have like 4% nitrogen, 6% phosphorus. As I have told you before, this is the one that is useful for flowering, and 3% potassium. However, if we go to the liquid, the values will change. Nitrogen has 1.6%, phosphorus 4.3%, potassium is higher with 5.5%, and then it has calcium and magnesium. These last ones will be called micronutrients. They will be like calcium, magnesium, iron, manganese, but they are always in low percentage. The percentage in this one are quite high, but you can see them in percentage like 0.3%, etc. And that's basically why these are good for spring. With this high percentage you see in phosphorus, we are going to favor the sprouting. Then in autumn we will add one that helps more to grow the roots, with a greater percentage in potassium and a little less nitrogen and phosphorus. Always go to your garden center and they will know which one to recommend you, but more or less this way you have some basic notions of what fertilizers are and when to use them. If you live in a cold country, you probably have to use them differently. You have to fertilize more in spring and summer because your autumns are probably too cold and it will be a period in which the plants are in standby. I'm going to show you around here that I also have the Aligustre that we defoliated in the last video. As you can see, it is starting to grow, and here you can see the first bud of the defoliated leaves. I have to put it in a more sunny area, but right now I don't have space in the sunnier area. As you can see, I have these chestnut trees that I told you that I thought they were dead. Well, they aren't. As you can see, they are starting to sprout, so that's a good sign, and let's see what happened. These, as you see, are already fertilized. Normally I start to put fertilizer on them when I see that they begin to sprout. In this case it is clear, but you could start earlier. When you see that the buds are fat, like these other ones, will be the perfect moment to start. As you see, it is a time when all the trees are already fertilized. So I hope you like the video and that it has been useful for you. If so, please leave a like and see you in the next one. See you!